2024, Bradford Cooper and I were hired to shoot and record a cultural documentary in Morocco. And while this wasn't exactly a vacation, we still did manage to steal away on some adventures.
Train ride past Voyagers to Tangier.
Come on, look! Here we are! Fuck
I felt good for 3 o'clock
yeah.
in the morning.
I really feel like I'm just at home. Like
Yeah.
the same plants and the beach and the... Latitudinally, it's very similar to the Central Coast, and facing west, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost exactly like Santa Monica. Like the weather right now, like if you
Yeah.
were in Santa Monica.
It's beautiful.
Yesterday was exactly like this.
And like thank God, because I told you it's been so cold and muggy.
Yeah.
First impressions of Tangier. English is not widely spoken. Your best bets are Arabic, French, and Spanish. Many locals seem to speak a language salad, indiscriminately switching between languages during the course of any conversation. This is a cash economy. Sure, you can use credit cards in larger hotels, restaurants, and shops that cater to tourists, but in the Medina or on the street, you're gonna need dirham. Here we are in Tangier, Morocco. This is great.
Oh my God, it's so good. It was so good. We got full sugar free. I can't believe I almost did that. Thank God I came to my senses in the nick of time. Water, take you for the minty, boiling. Look at that. You have the most cinematic one. So this is perfect. Yours is by far so cinematic. So cinematic.
A Medina is an old part of town, typically walled, containing narrow streets, mosques, cafes, restaurants, and tons of shops and roving vendors. The drink of choice is a mint tea, and the tangerines like it sweet. No Uber, Lyft, or Grab. If you're accustomed to calling up a taxi on your phone, that's not how it's done here. In Tangier, it's done the old-fashioned way, by waving them down. And don't forget to negotiate the rate before getting in. One of the most popular North African dishes you can find just about anywhere is tagine, which is usually a combination of meat and vegetables cooked in a traditional clay pot with a cone-shaped cover. I was lucky enough to find this guy. He's the third generation serving up his family recipe for nougat since his grandfather opened up this cart in the 1950s. Located just outside of Tangier's Kasbah is the Necropolis of 98 tombs, overlooking the Strait of Gibraltar. You can see why they chose this location. The view is, as it must have been then, breathtaking. The beaches are rocky, with clear, calm, bluer than blue water. A popular spot for jogging, fishing, and families picnicking in the well-manicured green hillside across from the beach. Not far from the beach is a sprawling open market where locals find the best food at the best prices. Again, cash only, and you're expected to haggle. Moroccans know a little something about olives. They're on every table at just about every meal, and they are indeed some of the best olives I've ever had.
Like that? No. I'd be a little careful with this.
Cafe culture is still strong in Tangier, and many of the old spots made famous by artists, spies, pirates, and writers such as the Rolling Stones, William Burroughs, and more recently, Anthony Bourdain, are still carrying on the tradition of hashish, mint tea, and rock and roll. Hands down, the best meal we had in Tangier was at Saveur de Poisson. Featured in an episode of No Reservations, the menu is prix-fixe. Everyone gets the same meal. A delicious house-made prune juice is served instead of wine. This is a Muslim country, after all. Not only did we get the exact same meal as Anthony Bourdain, we had the exact same waiter. Turns out he's the son of the owner. Baby shark on skewers and sizzling fish cooked on coals, with fruit and nuts drizzled with honey for dessert. Absolutely delicious. What can you say about Cap Spartel except that it's an absolute slice of heaven? I am so glad we made the trip. Known for its famous lighthouse, this is also where the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean meet. I had the opportunity to do some falconry, while Brad took in the fresh air and sunshine. The weather was absolutely perfect, and the view spectacular. We made some great new memories in Morocco. I'd love to go back sometime and see Marrakesh, maybe the Sahara Desert, maybe ride a camel. There were also some great motorcycle rides I'd love to try. Conclusion, with all the museums and cafes and fascinating culture, great food, great people, this is a part of the world I would love to see more of.